Hello world, it's Carole from Viva Vacation. I haven't had a podcast in a while, but I'm pretty sure today's podcast will make up for that because I'm thrilled to welcome Mike and Rose, who will be chatting with me about their dream vacation to Dubai and Egypt last fall. So hi Mike and Rose, welcome to my podcast and thank you so much for joining me.
Hi.
Hello.
Before we get started, I'll start by explaining to the listeners what your vacation consisted of, and then we can get into the details.
All right.
So your trip started with 4 days in Dubai. Then you went to Cairo for 3 days. After that, you boarded the AmaWaterways for a 7-day river cruise on the Nile. And then you finished your trip with a night in Cairo and a night in Dubai before heading home. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Right on.
Right on. Perfect. Sounds like an amazing trip. So I'm happy you'll be sharing with us. So I guess we'll start with Dubai. Dubai has a population of about 3.7 million people, and 90% of the people there are expatriates. So that is like amazing. I guess I'd like to see how you describe Dubai as a city, having visited it. And Mike, I know you like history and all that. Do you have any fun facts to share about Dubai?
Well, Dubai is wealthy, modern, and expanding rapidly, with new construction both residentially and commercially. It's a very busy city, and especially with its 8-lane highways running right through it. Now, although we think of Dubai as a city, it's actually a territory which is ruled by a sheikh. Okay, the British term this as a sheikhdom. So, and the Arab term for sheikhdom is emirate. In the early 70s, Dubai and Abu Dhabi, along with 5 other emirates, formed the United Arab Emirates, or UAE. Now, the British had a big influence in UAE, but they left in 1956. 2 years after that, though, the UAE discovered oil. Oops.
Yeah. Did they regret that one yet?
Yeah. Now, Dubai has the tallest building in the world. It's the Burj Khalifa. Burj meaning building, and Khalifa is after the Sheikh Khalifa, the guy that basically started it all for Dubai, brought them into the modern world.
Yeah.
Okay. And Dubai has the biggest mall in the world, I think.
It was really an interesting city because almost everything is new. It's bright lights. It's busy. It's modern. So it was really fun to visit. Yeah.
And I think I remember you telling me, although it was very modern, the infrastructure, there was only one main street or something which would make things kind of congested at times. Is that correct?
That's correct. I think they built the road before they built the city. So if you make a mistake and if you forget an exit, you have to essentially travel quite far to turn around.
Yeah. Like the mall was like a 5-minute walk, but it took us 45 minutes to get there.
Yeah.
In the shuttle, in the hotel. Yeah.
So what did you do while you were in Dubai in terms of like excursions or things you visited?
Well, we went to the Dubai Mall, and and we saw some ice hockey there while we drank a Tim Hortons coffee.
Really?
Yes.
Huge rink.
Yeah. Next to the mall is the Dubai fountains, which is a lot more spectacular than the Bellagio fountain in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. We visited the Global Village, which basically showcases pavilions from all over the world. Okay, it was very interesting to see the different cultures. We visited the gold and spice souk markets.
So that was quite something. The gold market is like one big, huge street with all jewelry stores on either side.
Yeah.
So, and an interesting fact is that their gold is either 18 karat or 24 karat. And 18 karat gold they wear as jewelry. 24 karat gold is an investment. So you've got all this jewelry that they sell that's 24 karat gold, but they don't wear it. They just stash it away, I guess, in a safe somewhere, as an investment. So that was kind of neat. Yeah.
That was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they in certain countries you go and they're aggressive to try to sell you stuff? Was that the case there? Or?
Yeah, pretty much the same as other places we've been. Yeah. They all try to convince you it's a great deal,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, we went to the observation deck of the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. That was interesting. We went dune bashing in the Arabian desert.
Oh, wow.
This was followed by a desert oasis camp dinner and show.
Yeah. So same as the Bedouin, the nomads, used to do, like way back in the day. Yeah.
So can you explain to me what dune bashing means?
Dune bashing is basically driving on the sand dunes in the Arabian desert, and
in a 4x4
in a Toyota Land Cruiser.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Cool.
up and down the dunes.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah. And they were tall.
Yeah.
They were tall dunes, so it's down and up and almost needed gravel, but
And we ended this right before sunset. So the sunset was spectacular.
Must have been beautiful.
Yeah. And the sand was like a reddish color, so it was really neat with the sun coming down.
Yeah.
Cool.
So from Dubai, we did a day trip to Abu Dhabi. On our way there, we drove through the Palm Jumeirah. It's basically a series of residential islands in the form of a palm tree. So that was interesting.
Yeah. It's man-made. Yeah.
It's all man-made.
Yeah.
And in Abu Dhabi, we visited the third largest mosque, and we visited the presidential palace.
Okay.
That was quite spectacular. Yeah. Both. Yeah.
The visit to the mosque gave us a real good appreciation of the culture and religion of the Muslims.
It's an experience we would recommend. It was really interesting.
Yeah. I remember a different type of experience, but I remember feeling that way when we were in Turkey.
Right.
Yes, probably the same. Yeah.
So what would you say was your favorite thing from Dubai?
Well, the dune bashing.
Yeah.
And the mosque visits were highlights.
Yeah.
Sure.
I remember seeing I was following you on social media, and after the third day in Dubai, I felt you had done so many things already. I thought, oh my God, what a great start.
It was a full agenda, for sure.
So and that was just a pre-tour.
Pre-tour, exactly.
That was actually, it was actually an add-on to the package. Like the package included the Cairo 3 days and then the cruise, the river cruise, but you could add on to the package either Dubai or Jordan at the end. So we chose Dubai before.
Cool.
Pre-cruise.
It seems like it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So while in Dubai, last question about Dubai, you stayed at the JW Marriott Marquis, I think is also the tallest hotel in the world. Is that the case?
Yes. It's it's the tallest, I think, freestanding hotel, or there's this.
Okay.
Like a specific.
I think Dubai is looking to set records in a lot of ways in tall buildings.
Everything is bigger and better in Dubai.
So how did you like this hotel specifically?
Well, it was very nice. And the service was excellent, and really the price was reasonable.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't, we going to Dubai, we were expecting really, the prices to be out of this world, but they weren't.
Yeah. Yeah. And even, the restaurant and the hotel and the bar and everything was reasonably priced, and
Good, good.
Yeah.
So from Dubai, you flew to Cairo, and you stayed 3 nights at the Nile Ritz-Carlton before your cruise, correct?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So the greater Cairo area has over 22 million people. That is a lot of people. So how would you describe Cairo, I guess, in contrast to Dubai?
Well, Cairo is a pleasant city, as Dubai, but has very old infrastructure.
Yeah.
The biggest contract is that it is old, very poor, and it's overcrowded.
Overcrowded, yeah.
So the government is making an effort to rebuild sections of the city, so they're moving people out of sections that are really bad, and building new, and then moving them back in. So at least it seems to be moving forward, but it's very old.
It's hard with a lot of people to make those types of changes. Yeah. So what did you do while you were in Cairo?
Well, we visited Old Cairo, and which included the Alabaster Mosque.
Okay.
We went to the Fortress of Babylon, and which has the oldest church in Egypt. And also, it's where the Holy Family stayed when they traveled throughout Egypt.
Yeah, so that was interesting.
That was interesting. Yeah.
We walked on the same ground as the Holy Family.
Yeah.
Wow. Supposedly.
Yeah.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah, we visited the Egyptian Museum, and we had a full day tour of Giza. Okay, which in order to see the pyramids and Sphinx. Yeah. So this included a camel ride. Okay, in the Sahara Desert. Okay, with the pyramids in the background.
Yeah.
Wow. I remember your pictures about that.
Yeah.
That
was the best. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was cool. So what about what is that would have been your favorite thing on the camel ride?
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
That is cool. After Cairo, then you went on and you embarked on the AmaDahlia, which is a river cruise with AmaWaterways. I guess I'd like to start to ask the question about, generally speaking, like, how did you find the service and the food on board? What kind of experience did you have on board?
Well, it was our second river cruise, and this one had great service and a great variety of food. Actually, they had an Egyptian a la carte, which was spectacular, great, and the views of the Nile were spectacular. There seemed to be something different every day.
Yeah. It was very serene and sort of surreal. The sunsets and the sunrises, and just gorgeous. Yeah.
You had a balcony, correct?
Yes, we took a balcony. Yeah.
The sunsets on the balcony must have been great.
Very nice.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. It wasn't a big ship. It was about I think 72 passengers, and we were only 50. A lot of people had canceled for various reasons, I guess. So the ship wasn't full. So it was pleasant, and it was, not crowded for sure. Yeah.
The river cruises typically, like the Rhine and the Danube, usually has about 150 to 175 passengers, but I think the Nile has less than that.
Yeah.
So it makes for an even more intimate experience in getting to know the guests and all that.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Did you make any friends?
Oh, we did. We did indeed, and we still keep in touch, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Good people. Yeah.
Cool. Talk to me about the excursions you did during your cruise.
Well, one of them was going to the Valley of the Kings, which featured King Tut's mummified remains and his tomb.
His tomb, yep.
Yeah. And we also visited the Temple of Luxor at night. It was
Oh,
all
wow.
lit up. It was
Yeah,
really
that
nice.
was really nice, yeah.
Yeah. And we did an optional excursion to Abu Simbel, which is right near the Sudanese border. There we visited the temples of Pharaoh Ramses II and Queen Nefertiti.
Yeah. So that's quite something.
Yeah.
It's those three big,
Yeah.
kings sitting. on
You
stone.
you had to take a short flight for that one, did you?
Yes, we
Yes.
did. Yeah.
I
Yes,
think
okay.
it was 45 minutes or.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a standard size plane. Like I was imagining, some little
Yeah.
Yeah.
rinky dinky
Yeah.
plane. It's a normal
Yeah.
size
Yeah.
plane. Yeah.
Yeah.
Big.
Now those were just two of many.
Oh my God, temples that we
and-
visited. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that we visited.
Every day there was an excursion off the ship to a temple
Or a tomb.
or a tomb,
Yeah.
and towards the end they just got better. The ruins were more colorful and in better shape, and by the time we got saturated with temples, they just got better.
Yes.
So it was good, right? Yeah.
So what was your favorite excursion during the cruise?
Well, we really liked Abu Simbel. I mean, that was
Yeah.
worth that was extra. It was an optional excursion, so
Yeah.
we were happy we
Yeah.
picked it.
Yeah.
And then the temples at night.
Yeah.
We did two of them at
Yeah,
night.
the Valley of the Kings, right?
Yeah, and the valley. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
that was.
yeah. And King Tut's mummified remains, that was really interesting. And the reason that they didn't take them out of the tomb is because they were too brittle. Like most of his treasures are in the museum in Cairo. So, but his mummy is actually still in the tomb because it's
Okay.
too fragile to move. Yeah.
So lots of history in that.
Yes, for
that-
sure. Yeah.
During that week, I assume.
Yeah, we had two Egyptologists. Like they broke our group into two buses.
Okay.
So each bus had an educated Egyptologist with us. So they were full of
Exactly.
good information for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So talk to me a little bit. So you would go off during the day, visit, I guess certain nights you were out visiting as well. But if you were not visiting during the day, or at night, I mean, talk to me. What was the atmosphere on the ship during the evenings?
Well, there was entertainment every night.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we would have an excursion almost every day. So at the end of that day, by the time we went back to the ship and we ate, had a little bit of entertainment, and maybe mingled a little bit. That was it.
They were early nights.
They
Yeah.
were early nights.
Yeah, it was hot. I mean, the weather was probably 30 degrees every day. So it wasn't uncomfortable hot, but I mean, by the end of the day, you're tired. And
We weren't bored at night.
No. And there was a cocktail hour on the ship, like from, I think, 6:30 to 7:30. Then dinner was served at 7:30. Yeah, so by the time you're done, it's 9:30, 10, you're ready to,
Cool.
ready for bed.
Yeah, the ship didn't have a disco.
No.
No room for a
No,
disco.
it did have a lounge though,
Yeah,
and they had, by the time the shows were done, it was good.
Was it the shows? Was it like a local flavor?
Yes, it was all, Egyptian style,
Okay.
dancing, music, and
Yeah.
it's good. Yeah, it's good, yeah.
So I guess, would you have any recommendations for listeners who might be considering doing a similar trip?
Well, the optional pre-cruise tour, we would recommend.
To Dubai, yeah.
Yeah, ours was Dubai.
Yeah.
We would recommend a tour operator like AMA, okay, for peace of mind touring, okay, especially for Egypt.
Yeah,
Okay.
I wouldn't go to Cairo or,
Yeah, it's
by myself.
yeah.
Yeah.
And late October was a good time to travel to Egypt. It
Yeah.
wasn't too hot, not
Yeah.
cold.
Yeah.
And I don't think we would rent a vehicle for either country.
No,
Really.
no,
No.
no. One thing that was nice having AMA there, or any other, I'm sure, tour operator, they would escort us to the airport and through security.
Yeah.
And in Cairo, that was
Yeah.
quite the complicated,
Yeah.
in Egypt, any of the Egyptian flights,
Yeah.
because every airport was different. Sometimes the lines were men and women together. Sometimes there were women and men separated. So every time we went, it was something
Yeah.
different. And the tour guides would tell us, don't worry, this is normal. We
Okay.
never know. Every day it changes. They do, sometimes they'll pull you aside and ask for your passport. Like they'll do a separate pat down. We went through 2 security screenings every time we hit any airport. And even speaking of security, like we always felt secure because any of the tours we did off the ship or in Cairo, and we visited a site, there was always security, and you always went through a metal detector. Like there was no, we never felt unsafe. If anyone's wondering, like
Yeah,
it was all good. Yeah.
yeah, for sure, for sure. And having that company, like you mentioned, having somebody accompany you different places and at airport security, it just
Oh my
gives.
God, that was
Yeah.
almost worth the, paying for the trip, because it was a complicated process. Like,
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah.
And we're used to traveling. We don't, it usually doesn't worry us, but it was worth having someone. Yeah.
That's a good point. So if you had to pinpoint the most memorable part of your trip, are you able to do that, or is that just too difficult?
Well, basically cruising the Nile River itself. That
Okay.
was, and
The camel ride.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
For me, the camel ride did it. Yeah.
The visit to the pyramids, including the camel ride. Was
Yeah.
And would you cruise? I know you said you had done a river cruise before, but do you plan on river cruising again?
Well, it depends. It depends. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind doing the Danube.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in that. Yeah. It
Lots
was good. We have no complaints. AmaWaterways was great. We would recommend them. There were lots of other companies. I mean,
Lots of choices. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, I'm so happy that you took some of your precious time tonight to share your wonderful vacation. Hopefully it will inspire others to consider this part of the world for their next vacation. And for my listeners out there, if you've been inspired by our chat today, please reach out to your Viva Travel advisor to discuss all the possibilities. Until next time, Viva Vacation. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks, Carole.